Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. I am your stock mentor, Brian Johnson. And a very, very, very boring day in the markets. Not much to talk about today as we wandered sideways and yet another consolidation pattern. So the bulls doing exactly what they've done in the past. Up a little bit, sideways. Up a little bit, sideways. And today it's the same story, different verse. Today does end the month. So we start a whole new month coming into tomorrow's trading. It isn't something I would be overall expectant on. I know some people that are, what do you think? What do you think we're going to go down first day of the month? You think we're going to go up the first day of the month? I really, the first day of the month really doesn't mean anything to me. It's just another day of trading. So it seems to be a new beginning for some people, but for me in the trading world, it really is just another day of trading, and nothing really changes in my strategies. I don't prepare for the first days of the month or anything like that. They're just another day of trading, really, overall. Some days, most of the time, people will say, okay, this is the month we're going to come crashing down, and a lot of times nothing happens on the first day of the month. So we had some volatile days, some non-volatile days. Go back to January 1st. That was a pretty crazy day. Whatnot. But overall, it's just another day of trading. I just wait for the breaks and I let the chart take me where it wants to take me, regardless of what day it is. That doesn't make any difference to me. Okay. First order of business, last chance to get in on the Elliott Wave webinar. That is tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Time is the Elliott Wave webinar. I've been talking about it all week. Really excited about it. Can't wait to get going with you guys and try this out. Tonight's episode will not be recorded. So if you want in, you'll either have to wait for the next one or hop in on tonight's session. You can sign up just by clicking over to the right. You can also get a hold of me, contact me, write me, call me, whatever. We can do transactions over the phone too. Either one works for me. Or if you want to know more about it, call me and ask me some questions and say, hey, I know a little bit about Elliott Wave. What else are you going to be covering that I might not know? If you want to know if it's going to be worth your time or not, feel free to do that too. I have no problem with that. Give me a call or send me an email with your phone number, and I'd be more than happy to call you, and we can discuss a little bit before that gets started tonight. But otherwise, for you guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. About to go down here about 5 hours. Okay, the Dow 60-minute. You can see where we got into these overhead levels, wandering sideways. There's just not a whole lot to go on today, except to show you that we are just consolidating sideways below these levels. We didn't break it, we didn't touch it, we didn't get up above it, we didn't gap above it, nothing like that. Just a typical sideways, slow motion type of a move. Right here we see the same type of candle here and the same type of candle-ish here. Spinning top, and yes, these could be maybe inverted hammers. This one's actually not an inverted hammer. It's not big enough to be an inverted hammer. So to me, I don't know. There's no direction here whatsoever. You're still waiting for breaks above here and below back here, especially back below here for the more conservative from the Dow side. The NASDAQ was up. I think it was the only one that was up. NASDAQ Composite was up 4 points, while the NDX 100, which is what we're looking at here, was up just 2 points. Even the 100 strongest NASDAQ stocks didn't go anywhere. Curious to know that they did finish up while the other markets finished down, but not a big surprise since this has been lagging behind the others. You'll notice never got up and into, nor did we touch these upper levels of overhead resistance. Still waiting for breaks up and over 2345-ish or so if you want to look for something to the upside, 2350 for the more conservative. And to get above this round number here, and then you're looking at, potentially good 10, 20 point move in this thing, maybe more, if it'll get up and over that area. But right now, the NASDAQ is nothing more than a high base. A lot of what we're seeing on the other indices are nothing but bullish formations until otherwise broken, or until until we break lower levels of support. This is a bullish formation right now, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't get caught in the whole, oh, we're going crashing tomorrow or whatever. Don't get stuck in that. We are still at a very, very, what do I want to say, strong level of overhead resistance. That's the best way to put it. But if we can consolidate up here, we'll see the same motion we've seen time and time again, and that's move up. Here's a pullback, move up, pullback, move up. Well, this was a chop sideways, move up, high base, move up, a little bit of a pullback, move up. It's the same story, different verse over here. Sideways, sideways, and now sideways again. So we're getting those tiny moves. They're not adding up to a whole lot in the bigger picture, but they add up to a whole lot in a weekly picture, or something to that effect. But it's the same moves we've seen over and over. The bulls are just pushing it sideways, and then trying to move it up from there, and have been doing a very good job of it so far. There's been no problem in doing that. From a weekly, we got 1 day left, and you can see things look really good right here from the bull side. Nothing, spectacular, but a 1% move for the week isn't bad. That isn't bad for the markets overall. So, just more of the same, guys. It's move up, move sideways. Here's the SPX 60-minute doing the exact same thing, holding up here. This is still bullish, as it holds sideways into this 1330-ish level, and then of course your bigger, stronger levels of lower support are way, way, way back down here. So let's watch tomorrow. We've been kind of bouncing between this 1320 and 1330 level. That seems to be the real nice, big, strong band of support and resistance. Look for breaks one way or the other from this point coming into tomorrow. Let's see if this thing wants to do what it has done in the past. A move up 1 day sideways, and then this one moved up a little bit. Saw the gap, move up sideways. The following day was move up a little bit. Are we going to see the same thing here? Move up, move sideways. Tomorrow moves up a little bit. We'll see. Any breaks up and over this level are your areas to be watching coming into tomorrow's trading. Now the VIX was also up a little bit. It's basically flat. It confirmed what we saw today in the markets. Markets flat, VIX flat, holding on to this overhead or this lower support area down here, but not back into my 19 area, which is really where I'd want it to stay if we're going to be more bearish on these markets. It's also staying down below these levels as well from a weekly point of view. This one will close tomorrow. Let's see where it ultimately closes. You want it, if you are bearish on these markets at all, you want this thing to close above this blue channel line that we've been tracking for quite a while. Apple, nowhere today. No breaks one way or the other. Straight sideways, chopping action, caught between all of these moving averages on a 60-minute. And stuck just above these moving averages on a daily. We did not break the 345 area, didn't even break the 346 area. So 345, 346 still holding tough. This is nothing more than a bull pullback right now. So I still have to remain a little bit more bullish overall on Apple. The more conservative break is still way up above here. So that's another $7 to the upside. But that is the more conservative entry to the long side. If you are bullish, it's back below 345, 346 that I would maybe start to raise an eyebrow to Apple and its strength going forward. But right now, this is nothing more than a bull pullback, and it's been holding very, very well the past few days. Here it is on a weekly, and you can see the amount of nothingness that has happened all week long in Apple, going nowhere. $8 high to low within Apple all week long. So 1 day left. Let's see if we don't get any sort of motion in this thing tomorrow. I'd watch this one closely. Could make for some very, very nice day trading coming into the end of the week on Apple. FAS doing the same thing. A little bit of a move up yesterday, but look where we're holding. Straight sideways again. No pushes one way or the other. From FAS, you can see no breaks above 31 and nothing back below the 29.50-ish area. We're trapped within these moving averages, and that's where I would be watching. Look for breaks above or below one or the other. That'll be your opportunities for entries. Outside of that, we're once again sideways. You can see even overall, we go back a week and we haven't gone anywhere. Going back to this move right here takes us sideways into this motion here. That's why it's very, very difficult to swing trade these ETFs. They just don't move a whole lot. They don't give you much to go off of. FAZ doing the same thing. We're back above that 40 mark. You can see today today's low was 39.97. I told you that below 40 would be my area to be looking for potential short. Well, you can see why. $40 is definitely an area they want to hold, and they're trying their best to hold on to. Starting to see some little bit of weakness coming into the FAZ from the standpoint of we are trapped right here on this channel heading down, and now below and out of this channel that was going up. You don't want to see that if you're necessarily bullish on FAZ right now. My levels haven't really changed. Actually, with today's information and the fact that this blue line is as steep as it is now, I would wait till you get below about 39.80, 39.85 before you look at a short position. Even then, you might want to protect it. And then still back above 42.43 to the long side. I'm just really on the financials right now. There really is no bigger direction. We're not getting any help in any way, shape, or form from the financial sector right now. So if you like to play these ETFs, great, but you're going to do a lot of sitting around until we see breaks one way or the other. Could happen tomorrow. Be looking for the breaks I just gave you, either up or down. All right, so slow, boring, sideways days lead for great days to hang out outside and walk the dog if you're a day trader. It's best if you just sit on your hands. I've had some really, really good moves for the subscribers when it comes to individual stocks, but those are the only things that you really want to be watching when the markets are doing this type of action. It's very hard to try to make a play happen within the markets when they aren't doing anything. That's when you want to look to your individual stocks. If you're not good at picking those out, once again, the newsletter is by far the way to go. It's a buck a day will give you a lot of good picks to be watching over the course of a week. All right, that's it for today. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow for the Friday wrap up. Once again, Elliott Wave webinar tonight starts in about 5 hours. Feel free to sign up or call me if you guys have any more questions on it. Hopefully we'll see you guys tonight. Bye.